Welcome to the Hopefulist, a daily talk show hosted by veteran broadcaster Wendy McClure. Join Wendy each day as she shares her life lessons that transformed her from perpetual pessimist to the ultimate hopefulist. The perfect morning show to get you caught up on the day's top stories while sharing insights that will lead to positive transformation and bring out the hopefulist in you. For more inspiration, visit hopefulist.com. And now, here's your host and hopefulist, Wendy McClure.
Thank you, Matthew. It is Monday. We are ready to go. Time to get this week started. Time to start kicking some butt first thing on a Monday morning. Had a pretty good weekend. Hung out with my girl Tracy and her husband Guy, and we had a blast. We had a lot of fun. Weather was good. Weather is good today. Looks like it's going to be a pretty good week. My husband's a little bummed that he took off last week and not this week. But you can't tell these things ahead of time. It's just the way it goes. We had a pretty good week, though, last week. I'm feeling a little alone today. No hubby around. It's weird. A little nice in a little, some ways. But I'm used to my hubby being around. I always say the worst thing about vacation is it ends. It comes to an end. So, last night, Game of Thrones series finale. I don't watch. My husband watches. He has not seen the finale yet because he went to bed. So he will watch it at some point this week, probably today, maybe tomorrow. We'll see. I'm seeing a lot of chatter on Facebook. A lot of people unhappy with the ending, the way that it ended. I can't give away a spoiler because I don't watch it, so I don't know anything. But I've seen a couple people say that they were satisfied with the ending. I've seen a lot more people say that they don't, agree with how it ended. Apparently, there is a petition going around with nearly 1 million signatures to have the whole season 8, the whole final season, be redone with different writers because people are unhappy with how it's going or how it went. People, this is not the way it works. You do not write the show. They have writers to write the show. They have to go through process after process after process to get all of these things okayed and approved. And it's their story. Well, it's based on a book or a series of books. So I'm not sure if they're venturing off from the book. And even if they are, that is their choice. We don't get to call the shots and things like this. It's just kind of crazy to me that there's a petition with 1 million people demanding a redo of the last season. It's not your choice. If you don't like the ending, sorry, you don't like the ending. This is the way things go. It's a TV show, people. TV show. There are better and more prevalent things in life to worry about than being dissatisfied with the end of a favorite TV show. Now, don't get me wrong. I love my television shows. The ones that I love, yes, some of them disappoint me. And you know what I do? I stop watching them. If I don't like the way it's going, I either choose to stop watching them or I hang in there until they decide that it's over. I love This Is Us. There's certain things about it I'm not that crazy about. Am I going to start a petition to say, how dare they have, the dad killed off in a fire? I mean, it wasn't even in the fire. I mean, it was smoke inhalation later. I mean, they fooled us. They made us think that he was going to live. And then they killed him anyway. How dare they? I'm furious. Never watching that show again. Yeah, that's not how it happened. This is their choice. I don't know. It's kind of baffling to me that we think we have a say in every single thing that happens. But in the really important stuff, like politics and stuff, we have absolutely no say at all. That we're not up in arms about. Well, some people are. Some people aren't. But I'm going to move on. There is a job opening available for a reviewer of yachts. Yes, sounds like a tough job. You have to be available on a moment's notice. You have to be able to go to, any country, anywhere. You have to have a passport. And you have to live in these brand new yachts and test them to see, you're kind of, just reviewing them. They want somebody who's very meticulous, who will find things that other people won't find, some problems that could potentially pop up. You could be at sale for up to a week at a time. I don't think you have to pilot the boat or anything. I think you're just there as a, so-called guest to do the test run. I think it pays $1,600 a week. That's more than I was making at my real full-time job. That's for sure. I'm probably not going to put in, you know what? Maybe I will put in for this. I'm very meticulous. If you're going to pay me that much, then I can definitely be an attention I can't even say it, let alone do it. Attention to detail type person. And I would be on a boat for a week at a time. I don't know if I would want to be on a boat for, without stopping off somewhere. Like a cruise ship's a little bit different. That's like, you don't even know you're on it for most of the time. But a yacht is not a cruise ship. A yacht is a very big boat, but it's still not a cruise ship. You still can get tossed around out there in the high seas. But, maybe I'll be willing to give it a go. Maybe I will send my resume for this position. I don't have the information right in front of me. But I do have the information of where you can send your resume. So if you are interested, you let me know. Put a little note on the Facebook page, and I will make sure to get that proper information to you. I wanted to move on to the topic of the day. People love talking about food, I'll tell you that. We were out a little bit over the weekend. I still have not made it to Skipper Dipper. It's funny, people are now tagging me in the Skipper Dipper posts, asking me if I've made it there yet. No, I still have not made it there yet. I'm getting very frustrated with myself. I'm not sure why I have not been able to just swing on in. So it got me to thinking, I always get soft serve when I go out for ice cream. Always, always, always. Nothing better to me than a nice soft serve cone or a dish with those Skipper Dipper anniversary sprinkles. I feel like I can get hand-dipped ice cream at home for much cheaper prices. So my husband, however, prefers hand-dipped. He will get soft serve from time to time. Like I said, I can't get soft serve at home. I just can't get it at home. I can get hand-dipped ice cream at home. So I put it out there. What do you prefer? Soft serve or hand-dipped ice cream? A lot of people wanted to chime in on this one. Adele kind of cheated. She said vanilla soft serve with rainbow sprinkles or black raspberry hand-dipped. That was not the question, Adele. It was one or the other. I'm going to let you slide on it, though. Linda says chocolate soft serve with sprinkles, and now I want one. I'm sorry, Linda. I apologize. Denise says soft serve vanilla with rainbow sprinkles. Vanessa says, depends on what flavor I'm in the mood for, but there's an ice cream place 2 blocks from her that has 25 flavors of soft serve. I am going to call BS on the flavored soft serve. I don't like it. I've had the banana, I think, and the orange. Kohl's is famous for their like vanilla orange twist. It's not the same to me. It's not. I don't know. I always stick with vanilla. I think vanilla is the best when it comes to soft serve. Now, I used to be really into this vanilla peanut butter swirl, and it was impossible. It was, I think, a Haagen-Dazs flavor in their pints years ago, and then they discontinued it, and I hadn't been able to get it anywhere. So if I came across that at an ice cream shop, sometimes, what I normally would do, if I'm being honest, is I would get a soft serve cone there, and then I would take some of the vanilla peanut butter swirl home and eat that later. Yes, I would have both. Not at the same time, but I would have both. I mean, sometimes there was only an hour in between, but I definitely would indulge in both. But now, Turkey Hill has peanut butter swirl, vanilla ice cream with peanut butter swirl through it. So now I can get, and Turkey Hill is almost always on sale, people. Almost always on sale. So that's what I get, how I get my fix now. It's cheap. It's available. That's what I do. Marcy says she prefers the hand dip, sweet cream and nuts at Sunday School on Cape Cod. I guess she doesn't indulge in that very often because I know she lives in Bucks County. Mandy says, I like to experiment with different flavors, so I usually go for the hand dips. That's how my husband is as well. He likes to try new things. Joe says soft serve with rainbow jimmies. Diane says hand dipped. Linda says, I love them both. Again, not really answering the question. Cannoli says soft serve. Paula soft serve. Betsy soft serve. Jen says, I love hand dipped, but I do need a soft serve vanilla with chocolate jimmies at least once during a beach vacation. Barbara says, a pint of Haagen-Dazs butter pecan, savoring every bite on the spoon. Mary says, depends on my mood, but either would be from Jeffrey's. Jeffrey's is in West Creek, New Jersey, not too terribly far from where we live. It's a bit of a hike, but so is Skipper Dipper for us. Ashley says, depends on my mood. Definitely have to have chocolate jimmies or rainbow sprinkles on my soft serve. Lorraine says soft serve twist. Laurie says hand dipped. Carol, soft serve. Beverly says black and white soft serve from Jeffrey's. Another vote for Jeffrey's. Michelle says soft serve. And Teresa says soft serve. I don't know. I don't think you can go wrong either way, honestly. I love me some soft serve. It's my favorite. I always did the cone. I know I've talked about this before. Love vanilla soft serve on a cone. But then Skipper Dipper had to throw those anniversary sprinkles in on me, which I don't like to eat sprinkles on a cone. It's just too messy for me. I can't keep up with it. They start melting. They fall down my hand. It's a mess. So every time I get the sprinkles at Skipper Dipper, I get it in a cup. Excuse me. And I miss my cone a little bit. But, you know, these are hard choices in life. And I'm muddling through. I'm making it through. Don't you worry about me. I will be fine. I know it's tough. Do I have a cone? Do I have a dish? Do I have sprinkles? Do I not have sprinkles? Terrible choices I have to face in this life. It's just awful. I'm going to move on to my blog post. And today I'm going to talk about the magic of wonder. The magic of wonder. I started with a quote from Albert Einstein. You're familiar with that dude, right? It says, he who can no longer pause to wonder and stand in awe is as good as dead. So, when was the last time you sat in wonder? When was the last time you thought something was just amazing? If it's been a while, get to it. This is what enhances our life experience and makes us appreciate what has happened and what hasn't happened. Here's some very easy examples. The moon. We've had a full moon the last day or two. Look up at that bad boy. It's an amazing sight. When's the last time you saw a shooting star? Now, I am one of those people where I will get up at the peak. Usually it's 4 o'clock in the morning. It's just a little earlier than I normally get up, so it's not a big deal. And I will sit out there on the deck, on my back, watching and waiting and watching and waiting. I never seem to see them in this circumstance. I only see them when I'm not looking for them. The last time I saw one, which was a really good one, was on the way to work one morning. I saw it just fly down out of the sky. I was like, whoa. I almost thought maybe it was so bright. I was like, was that a plane? Did a plane just go down in front of my face? And I still haven't heard about a plane going down, so I'm assuming that it was a shooting star. And it was amazing. I think I may have seen a couple here and there in the Outer Banks. The Outer Banks is a great place to watch for shooting stars because there's no light pollution. You know, it's the brightest sky at night filled with stars. I often joke, remember that scene in The Lion King when they're all sitting there, the three of them, Timon, Pumbaa, and what's the Lion King's name? Simba. And they're looking at the stars, and there's just, you can hardly see the sky, the black of the sky, because there's so many stars. That's what I feel like it is at the Outer Banks. There's so many stars when you go to the Outer Banks. Make sure you take time to look up and feel the sense of wonder. An amazing gift from Mother Nature, from God, whoever you choose to believe in. It's a wonderful sight, and we should be, feeling it and appreciating it and just loving the wonder of this massive ball of gas and whatever it is that we're living on every moment.